Welcome to the VPAC for today's presentation that will be brought to you by Suncoast Technical College. And I'll introduce those folks here in a couple seconds. But one of the things that I would like to task you all with while you are here is our VHS Connects program. In general, I need your help getting you to sign up for a VHS Connects. And so my biggest fear right now is that we have a lot of students that aren't signing up for VHS Connects, and administratively and kind of functionally what our staff, our teachers wanted to do was provide you guys with as much choice as possible within your school day to actually have a little bit of fun, connect with either teachers, connect with other students, connect with an activity that you like. For those of you who are here, you probably don't remember, actually I know you don't remember, because our seniors wouldn't even remember. Years back in our district, we had something called an advisory period. And so we've been tasked in our district with recreating that advisory period. And so our solution to that was to implement VHS Connects, which quite honestly, what I would like to explain to you is that's a lot more fun, guys, than going back to kind of a traditional advisory period. So I need your guys' help. When the VHS Connects information comes out, we need you next week to get signed up. That way you can, again, engage with something that would be fun for you, whether it's an activity. Maybe you just like one of your teachers. Maybe you like a few of your teachers. You can bounce from week to week to different teachers or different activities. Or maybe you've got a group of friends and you all want to get together and do something like that. So take me up on that offer, please, because we really believe in that. We really want you guys to have a great experience here at Venice High School. Having said all that, you have a lot of options educationally here in our district. We are very fortunate. One of those options, as we're getting into scheduling time for the next school year, is Suncoast Technical College. We are fortunate to have with us this morning two representatives from Suncoast Technical College. One is Mr. Fleeman. He is a guidance counselor there at Suncoast Technical College, what they refer to as the main campus. So if you've been to Proctor and Beneva Roads, right near Riverview High School, there is a large, brand new, well not brand new, a few years old facilities, Suncoast Technical College. The brand new campus, Mrs. Jody Vaughn is here with us. She is a guidance counselor at the Suncoast Technical College in Northport. So perhaps you live a little bit south of Venice. That might be a better option for you. Having said all that, I'd like to introduce those two and bring Mr. Fleeman out on stage here first.
And in the case of cosmetology, co-enrollment at our school. Cosmetology is the only one that is not going to be dual enrollment. Also, I want to let you know before we get started that when we finish today, we're hoping that you see something that that you're very interested in, that there's something that you have a passion to do as a career. All of this is an effort to give you an opportunity to increase your earning power once you leave high school, because most of our programs you're going to be able to complete in your 2 years of high school. When you leave today, if you're interested in applying, out on the table in the lobby, you will find an application and a brochure. Please take one of those with you. If you don't remember to pick one up, you will be able to get those from Ms. Jones up on level 2 after today. So we're going to start right now with a video that goes over all of our programs. So if you have the pink sheets, try to jot down something that you're interested in, and we're going to roll.
Welcome to Suncoast Technical College.
We have tons of programs for high school students that give you a head start on exciting careers.
And for you, enrollment is free. Plus,
buses will take you to and from your home high school every day, so transportation is not a problem.
So come along as we take a look at the amazing free opportunities here at STC. At our Student Services desk, you will find any additional information you might need.
And our counselors will make sure that you have every opportunity to succeed.
The Media Center is not only where you'll find a broad array of resources and computers, but also where you'll buy the proper uniform shirts for your program.
And yes, uniforms are required.
Let's drop into some of the programs. Our new state-of-the-art campus is large, but don't be intimidated. You'll learn your way around in no time at all.
Here in our ginormous automotive bay, students are learning all about cars of the future. And when one of those cars of the future runs into another car, our auto collision experts are here to make sure that all cars are good as new.
But if boats are more your thing, we've got you covered there as well.
And if you prefer something more fluffy and furry, our vet assisting program might be right for you.
With the construction boom going on in our area, plumbers, electricians, and air conditioning technicians are in high demand.
Those of you who are creative and artistic should check out our digital design, digital video production, cosmetology, and culinary programs. Design is an important part of everyone's daily life, and our digital design program will prepare you for a rewarding career in the design field.
Our cosmetology program also features a working salon to prepare you for real-world employment. Likewise, our culinary program also features a full-service restaurant, which is open to the public, where students get to experience both the front and back of the restaurant.
And the digital video production program is producing this video and teaches students all aspects of the film, video, and television world.
If business is more your thing, we have a wide array of business-related programs which can get you started on a rewarding career. Come on, let's check them out. We live in a digital world, and the future belongs to those who can speak the language. Let's check out some digital technology programs. The Computer Systems and IT program will prepare you for high-paying, in-demand jobs in the cyber world. And our cybersecurity program will teach you how to keep that digital world safe and secure. Or, if programming is more to your liking, we offer .NET application development and programming, which will give you the skills necessary to begin a career in designing computer software and or web development.
Maybe you're the type who likes to build with wood and concrete, in which case our drafting program might be just the right thing for you. Or if you're one who runs on adrenaline, our EMT or firefighter programs might be just up your alley.
If you've always seen yourself in a medical career, our practical nursing program can give you a giant head start.
And if you love children, you should check out our early childhood education program, which can prepare you for a career in preschool.
We hope you enjoyed your tour here at SDC and found a program that's right for you.
For more information, contact the guidance counselor at your home high school.
We'll see you on campus.
piqued your interest, something that you might be interested to do. The main thing that I want to stress to you is that all of our programs are basically free to you as high school students. These are options that you don't pay for. Some of the programs will have some minor costs for uniforms and some supplies, but basically you're getting a free pass for what adults who come to our campus pay thousands of dollars for. Also, as I said before, most of these are going to be able to be completed within your 2 years of high school. We're going to talk a few minutes about those specific things in our PowerPoint. Okay, so by coming to our campus, you're going to be earning high school credits. You're going to earn 4 elective credits each year that you're with us. So 4 elective credits junior year, 4 electives for your senior year. Again, the tuition is free with some small program costs for you. The main exception to that is going to be our cosmetology program. That is our most expensive program for high school students. So if you're interested in that, you and your family need to be budgeting and preparing, because that's going to be around $600. You will get career training and technical career training. You also, most of our programs, with the exception of cosmetology, also will transfer over if you want to continue at SCF or any other of the traditional state colleges. They will give you college credits for the work that you complete at our school. So, you will be with us half a day. As you know, Venice is an afternoon school, so you will come here in the morning for your 3 academic classes. You will either drive yourself if you have a license and a vehicle, or take there's bus transportation up to our campus for you. PM sessions, your classes will be from 11:15 to 2:15. So again, bus transportation is available. If you happen to want one of the programs, or you choose to do classes at our Northport campus, you would have to provide your own transportation, because no bus goes from Venice to Northport. But you do have that option if the program is offered there. And you see in the afternoon, we have a great deal more of the afternoon schools. So your competition for seats in the afternoon is a little bit higher than it is at the morning schools.
Mr. Fleeman, I might just add, if you're here at Venice, you can also come to the Northport campus in the morning or the afternoon. So if some of your classes that are here are going to have to be in the afternoon, you can get with your counselor.
So you'll see here she's added that screen that shows that you can attend the Northport campus either AM or PM, but you will just have to provide your own transportation. Okay, so our admissions requirements are as follows. You do have to be age 16 at some point during your junior year. That's very rare. I had my first one at Riverview the other day where the student was not going to be 16 at any point during the school year. But you don't have to be 16 when school starts in August, but you do have to be 16 before classes end. We're going to be looking for you to have at least a 2.0 unweighted cumulative GPA. So when we come back on the 13th and 14th to meet individually with everyone who's applied, that's one of the things we're going to be looking at. So if you don't know what your GPA is, or if you're worried it might be too low, you can always check with your counselor and get the verification on that. We're going to be looking at your FSA and ELA scores. We're obviously looking for you to have passed those things. We will work with you. We want you to have passed your Algebra 1 EOC. And we're looking at your attendance history. Basically, we're going to be looking for 8 or less absences for this year so far. We really want to make sure that you're coming to school regularly. The main reason for that is unlike Venice High School, we are what's called a clock hour institution. So you can only earn credit when you're physically present in our classes. So if you're a student who has chronic attendance issues, that would be a bigger issue for us, but we'll talk with you on an individual basis when we come back. We're also going to be looking at your discipline history. Obviously, we're not looking for any major discipline events. If you've had one minor write-up or something like that, we're not going to hold that against you, but we're not looking for you to be a chronically disruptive student.
Students, please sit quietly during the presentation. Thank you.
Also, if you're planning on applying to our practical nursing program, which is one of our premier programs, you would have to have at least a 2.5 unweighted GPA, so that's a little bit higher. Also, that 2.5, you have to have that when school is out, not just when we meet with you in February, but you have to have that after your final grades go in at the end of the year to remain eligible. Okay, high school students often ask, how many programs can I do? I'm interested in more than one. Generally speaking, as a half-time high school student, you're only going to be able to complete one program as a high school student. However, we have lots of students who return after high school graduation to complete an additional program that they're interested in, so that is not a problem. All of our programs generally are either 2 years or slightly more. We'll talk about the ones that you would have to come back to finish after high school graduation in a later screen. All of our programs are going to end either in a certificate or a state license. So for example, HVAC ends in a technician's certificate of completion. The licensure, like cosmetology, you end up with a state board license once you pass your exam. We do not offer or confer any degrees. We're not a degree granting institution. We're a clock hour. Okay, here are some examples of programs that would require you to return after high school graduation for some time. Cosmetology, you return for 3 months. So that would be June, July, and August after high school graduation that you would return. EMT is 1 month, and fire requires 2 months after high school graduation. Practical nursing has recently, the curriculum has been changed. I know many of you probably have friends that are in that program. You now only return for 3 months instead of what used to be 6 months after graduation to complete. At that time, you would be a licensed practical nurse, and you'd be going out into the workforce, making between, I would say, around $35,000 to $40,000 out the door with your high school diploma and your LPN.
That's August, guys. That's pretty good. That's pretty significant.
Okay, on the screen you'll see some of the examples of programs that are completed very succinctly within your 2 years of high school. The accounting specialist, business management and analysis, legal admin specialist, medical admin specialist, CSIT, digital design, digital video production, .NET, and vet assisting. Also, a quick note on the vet assisting. I know that's one of our very popular programs. If you happen to be interested in that, it is not the correct pathway if your ultimate goal is to be a veterinarian. Our program is to help you to go out and seek employment directly in the vet office. If you are a student who really wants to go to college and become a veterinarian, you would need to remain here at Venice and take those highest level electives that you can, the maths and sciences, to make sure that you get into the appropriate four-year university for you to be competitive for vet school. So vet assisting is not compatible with a veterinarian track. Okay, here's an example of some of the certifications that are earned. Our early childhood program, which is preparing you to be a lead teacher in a preschool situation, gives you 2 certifications. Number 1, you get ServSafe, which is also earned in our culinary program. The reason for that is that in the daycare setting, you're going to be serving food to the little people, and that has to be done safely so that there are no foodborne illnesses. And then you would also earn the Florida Child Care Professional Certification. All right, certifications for our industrial programs are Auto Collision Technician, which is working with the body of the car and outside repair. Air conditioning, or what we call HVAC, heating, ventilation, and air conditioning. Auto Service Technician, which is working with the electronic or the motor and the engine parts of the vehicle. Carpentry, Culinary Arts, Electrical, Industrial Tech, Marine Service Technician, and Plumbing.
Let me just reiterate here, when you're doing marine service, you have the option to earn ASCs in marine service, auto collision, auto service. Marine has 20 certifications. Auto collision, auto service have 9. Those are what your industry employers are looking for. Those certifications are significant when you're looking for employment. You will earn, though, potential as a high school student and can walk away with that many certifications. And it's a free program to you guys. I can't stress how important that is. It's free to you guys. People pay a lot of money to come to an institution like that.
And unlike the state licensure programs like cosmetology or nursing, those ASE certifications that she's talking about are good nationwide. So that would allow you to work anywhere across the country if you wanted to relocate. Okay, we have 4 programs that are what we call junior priority programs. That means that you can only enter these at the beginning of your junior year. If you're a senior, you could not apply to one of these 4 programs. So practical nursing, cosmetology, firefighting, and vet assisting, right now is the time for you to apply for those. If there's something that you wanted to do in your junior year and then maybe come to us in senior year, a lot of our programs allow that. But for these 4, now is the only time as a high school student that you're allowed to apply and enroll. Okay, let's talk a little bit more about the practical nursing. Our practical nursing is one of our premier programs. It is also probably one of our most academically rigorous and challenging programs. Therefore, again, you have to have that unweighted 2.5 GPA, both when we meet with you, when we're back in a couple of weeks, as well as at the end of the school year, when your final grades have gone in and been calculated. We're going to look at your geometry and biology. And again, the application is only the first step in the process. When we're meeting with you and we're looking at your discipline, your attendance, your grades, your test scores, we're going to be giving you another sheet that outlines when the mandatory meeting is going to be. And it's based on your last name, but those meetings will be in April. If you do not attend that mandatory meeting, your application would be voided. They would not consider you. So meeting with us and meeting those general criteria for entry is only the first step for nursing. You also need to know that if you get into that program, you're going to be doing 2 to 3 hours of homework each and every night for that program. It is extremely rigorous and challenging. So that we don't say that to frighten you off, but we want you to have a realistic expectation because that is taught at a collegiate level from day 1 forward. So you have to be prepared for that.
If you're interested in fire and EMT, you also must attend that mandatory April meeting. By not attending that meeting, you have alleviated your chance to get into any of those 3 programs.
Okay, some of our public safety programs. Firefighting and EMT is a 2-year program. Again, that is a junior priority. You can only begin that at the beginning of your junior year. EMT is, seniors can do just EMT. However, in Sarasota County, in order to be hired as a firefighter, you have to be dual certified EMT and firefighter. But you do have the option to do just the EMT portion as a senior. Those classes won't affect you because you're in afternoon school, but they're only offered in the afternoon. And for both programs, you must have a birth date where you turn 18 prior to your high school graduation. So if you have a June, July, August birth date, you would not be eligible to apply for either of these programs. The reason for that is that immediately following high school graduation, you're out doing something called a ride-along. And the state requires that you have to be at least 18 in order to do that. Therefore, we don't seat you in the program unless you meet that criteria. So we will be checking that when we do your application. Okay. Tuition, again, is free to you. Great opportunity for you to get some free training. But then you'll see up there some of the approximate costs for different programs. Cosmetology, again, is the most expensive for high school students at $600. That includes, that's because you're going to be getting a kit that has some of the durable goods, shears and scissors and curling irons and those kinds of things in it. The culinary arts is going to be $250. That's for your chef's uniform and an embroidered jacket, along with some other tools that you'll need. Most of them are going to run between $35 and $50 for most all programs. All right. So that's not it. Let's talk a little bit about
And we're back.
All right, thank you. Bright Future Scholarship. I hope that all of you have been meeting with your counselors here at Venice to make sure that you're on track to earn a Bright Future Scholarship. That is going to require you to have certain things to qualify. And in particular for our school, we're looking at the Florida Gold Seal Vocational Scholarship. This is a way for you to pay for some of those hours that you might have to take after high school graduation. For example, if you're a nursing student, you have those 3 months to pay for it. Cosmetology, you've got 3 months to pay for it. You would need 3 full credits in any single CTE program. That stands for Career and Technical Education. You need a 3.5 GPA in that tech program, a 3.0 GPA in your 16 core credits, English, math, science, and the appropriate SAT, ACT, or PERT minimum scores. Along with that, you would have to have 30 community service hours. And I'm sure your counselors here would want you to know it is never too early to start working on those community service hours to make sure that you meet qualification.
There's now a new Kate Bright Future Scholarship. So if you meet high school requirements of a 2.0 GPA and you have 5 hours of CTE credit, you can earn up to $6,500 for university and state college. So even if you don't have a 3.0 or 3.5 GPA, there's still another scholarship. Please make sure and see your counselors and get signed up for those.
All right, let's talk a little bit about the admission process. We've been here, we've talked to you about all of the programs that we offer, how you get into those programs, and what the costs are. So your next step is going to be to pick up an application. As I mentioned, they're going to be out in the lobby for you along with the brochures that talk about the program so that you can give your parents a little bit more information. You're going to complete that application and make sure that it has a parent or guardian signature, and then you're going to return those applications to Mrs. Kelly Jones in I think that's Building 4, no later than February 7th, and she's going to set up an individual appointment with you at that time for us to come back and meet with you. Ms. Vaughn and I will be here to go over all of your criteria, and at that time, because it'd be a better way to do it, we can sit down and answer any questions that you might have. You're also welcome if your parent wants to come to that appointment with you. We don't have a problem with that. All right? Okay, if you're eligible, we're going to all be meeting with every person who applies. We're going to complete all your paperwork, go over your costs for uniforms and supplies, and give any additional details that you might need. And if you have questions, you're also free to call us. When you get the brochures and the application, it has our school number on it. And there are 3 counselors at the main campus, Mr. Bob Cook, Mrs. Sally Ritz, and myself. And then again, Mrs. Vaughn is in charge of the Northport campus. Mrs. Gallagher is our secretary. She's also there if you need questions or you need to schedule an appointment with us at one of the campuses. All right. Looks like we have about 5 minutes left. Are there any questions? Does anyone have any specific questions about a program, the application process, costs, credits? All right, well, thank you very much. You've been a great audience. We appreciate you coming in today.